I step inside and am instantly greeted with the musty smell of dozens of years of structural decay. The scent of dust, drywall, and stray fiberglass insulation mixes with the more modern aromas of alcohol, perfume, and scented candles. Looking around, there are actually quite a few lit candles laying around, their flames contrasting with the colored gel matted halogen lighting. Whoever set this up must be a theater tech kid. With all the candles, I actually agree with Carl's notion that this is a bit vampire culty feeling.
I want them to be playing like The Cure in here.
Show me how you do. The music certainly isn't helping. I had expected something a lot more, I don't know. Leo calls it oompa music, the stuff with trumpets and accordions we get on the Spanish stations.
Oh wait, that's not the. I thought he was talking about like rave music, like. But no, he's talking about.
He's talking about
like mariachi?
Day of the Dead music.
Yeah. He's talking about like mariachi music.
He's expecting cultural music.
Yeah, that's not what this is. It is. No. It is a culture, but it's not that one.
No. Still no sign of anyone. This is actually getting kind of spooky.
I want people to be playing The Cure. I want people with mohawks. I want people to be hitting the top of metal trash cans, and like it to be one of those parties with like mesh shirts and like chokers and stuff.
Hey, wait up, Chase. TJ and Carl come bounding in behind me.
The acoustics in here are nuts.
Why is it empty? I don't know. I don't hear anyone yet.
It's a trap, guys.
That's weird.
Well, let's split up, gang, and search for clues.
No, say it in the voice.
What? Which voice?
Let's split up, gang.
I can't do that voice.
What?
You hear my friend?
Yeah.
I can't do that voice.
No, I mean like the tone.
Let's split up, gang, and search for clues. Just more enthusiastically, I guess.
Yeah, TJ and I both look over at Carl, who has a flat expression on his face.
I'm joking. I'm literally fine with us holding tails chain style at this point.
I'm okay with just walking normally. Cool. Love. Cheater.
Beat this. Big.
Because of how high up it is.
Nice.
With that, TJ steps up. Following in tow, we walk around the corner, through a cobwebbed hallway, and into the main manufacturing floor. Here, we finally see some people. This is certainly no rave. I count only about 15 or so people at the far end of the room, and a few more in the rooms behind them. Most seem to be surrounding a metal keg, though a group of about 6 girls looks to be gathering around what looks like a yearbook. I only recognize 1 or 2 of them, and even then only vaguely. I think I see Heather over there by the barrel thing.
The barrel thing.
TJ.
You cutie pie.
TJ points a sheeted paw toward a feline girl by the keg. Heather has a blue Solo cup in hand and is laughing at one of the guys around her.
A blue one?
Yeah, I was like, blue? Is that an option?
I guess. I mean...
Is this the defects they sell at the Dollar Tree?
I think they have a million options. I think people just choose the red ones.
Yeah, I've only ever seen the red one. Heather is one of the girls who rides our bus. She lives out in the outskirts of Echo. She's not really part of our group. I just know her dad is responsible for maintaining the reservoir dam. I have a feeling what's in the keg isn't fruit punch, and feel pretty boggled at how TJ's mom was the one to send him here.
Bye, honey. Have a nice time. This looks safe.
She just doesn't. She's just as innocent as him all the way into adulthood. At the barrel thing. Meanwhile, looking at Carl, I see that pretty much all his snark is dissipated once again. He stands in the doorway of the hall. The people in front start to notice us, nudging their friends and pointing. Some snicker, though most just look confused. Especially at TJ in his ghost costume. Feeling eyes upon him, the lynx lifts up his sheeted arms.
Oh,
oh, whoa!
Ooh, ooh.
Smile like you mean it.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh, he approaches the grouping in character. Happy Day of the Dead! I don't think he knows what that even is. The confused expressions seem to amplify. As TJ nears, it looks like he's attempting to hug Heather.
Oh, you cute little baby. Oh, no.
Having not been paying much attention behind her, she turns right at the last second, the lynx wrapping his ghostly arms around her in a tight hug. She screams, and all eyes shift to her and TJ.
Get the fuck off of me. Oh my god.
The surprised lynx lurches back with a startle, right as Heather shoves his chest. He goes colliding into the floor with a hard thump, dust splaying everywhere. The others around Heather exclaim in distress. What the fuck, man?
Who are you?
Get her. Get off her, you fucking creep. Amelia, go get Derek. Heather, it's just TJ. Despite my shouting, I don't think anyone hears me, or at least understands me. They mostly all sound inebriated, judging from the slurs in their voices. I see one of the girls on the yearbook table get up and fast walk into the back rooms. A CG! The first one. Look at how small TJ is.
TJ's so small. Oh, look, there. I think it's Heather with the pink shirt.
Yeah, and we have our first look at Chase.
Aww.
And this big wolf's about to fucking knock him out, apparently.
I know that one guy is he's a hog, but he looks like Alf.
Look at the rat with the popped collar.
Hell yeah.
There's a lot to take in here. Is that another otter in the background? With, like, split blonde hair?
That is very, well, it's 2008, so I guess it's a little bit late. Well,
no, that was my hair in 2008. I try to run up to TJ's side, but a large coyote steps in from a back room and blocks my path. He has a look in his eyes that seems like he's looking for a fight. TJ, meanwhile, lies on the floor with his white sheets coated in factory dust. From the sniffling noises I hear beneath the costume, I can tell he's crying.
Oh, no!
A stumbling coyote girl nudges him with her foot before emptying the contents of her cup on his sheeted head.
What a bitch!
Oh, no! Oh, bad choice, Mom. Jesus Christ. Another equally drunk wolf attempts to pull her back, nearly tipping them both over. She puts on a dazed expression of motherly scolding.
Yo, Maria, what the fuck? Don't pour booze on the rape ghost. We honor our
No!
Our dead bad touchers on this night.
We honor our dead bad touchers. For some reason, this comment makes a fox fellow next to Heather bristle. Heather, this the guy you was talking to me about? The fucker who... His fists clench. Heather, meanwhile, seems to be crying now, too, for some reason, her mascara matting the fur around her eyes. She just keeps repeating,
I can't fucking believe this.
Over and over again while her friends try to console her.
I'm so drunk and sad.
Everyone is exhaustingly drunk. This is a horrible room to walk into. What the hell are you talking about? Leave him alone. The older coyote in front of me is not having any of it. He snarls.
We're sick of you, sick fuckers.
The fuck?
Hiccup?
I don't know any of you besides her. Someone next to Heather yells back.
You leave Heather the fuck alone, muck shit.
Musk shit?
Yeah, no.
What? Musk is just a thing people say in this setting, apparently. I look behind me and see that Carl is no longer in the doorway. Or in here with us. He
fucking
just booked
Carl.
It. He's just out. Like, nope. Exact fear happened. The fox guy seems to be trying to drag TJ now, limply smacking his sheeted head as the lynx tries to pull back.
Pull his fucking sheets off.
What's he doing?
Like,
I'm
show
sorry.
him.
I'm sorry. This is a misunderstanding or something. Fuck. Leo, are you here? The coyote grabs my shirt, pulling at me with enough force that my muzzle ends up smacking into his trucker hat brim and knocking it off his head. I manage to swat his paw away, though not before one of the girls screams in my direction.
Oh my god, he's attacking Derek.
What the hell? No, I'm not. With Derek snarling at me with his as he recombobulates, a word that he likes to use in this game.
It's only come up once, but it definitely stands out.
It's a very strange word that you can tell he just likes because it showed up more than once or ever, honestly. I weigh my options. I legitimately don't know how to fight. Flynn said that I wouldn't be good at it if I tried because of my shitty otter arms. Shitty otter arms.
Little otter arms.
I look down at my arms. They are rather shitty. I just have to go get help. The cacophony of screaming and snarling from around TJ is insane. These people are on fucking drugs or something. I hold up the flat of my paws to the de-hatted coyote. I'm not trying to fight you, I just want to get... The coyote swing thrusts his arm out, getting a glancing blow with his fist against my chest. Stumbling back, I scramble to my feet, taking one final look at the fetal position TJ before turning to run. The coyote latches onto my shoulder, yanking me back. Something hard smacks into my skull and I feel my mind rattle. I lurch back, essentially butt-bumping the coyote as my ears ring from the prior blow. I feel like I'm walking like a zombie now, staggering toward the door as my vision blurs. Oh? Is this what being knocked out feels like? I clench my fists and keep up my pace, trying to blink the blurriness away. Eventually I reach the entrance. Carl... Leo... As I reach the outside, my knees lock and I drop to the concrete. The impact rattles my bones as I catch myself with my wrists, just barely managing to avoid falling directly on my muzzle. I take a deep breath. I'm still conscious. At least half conscious. I continue crawling, trying to ignore the throbbing pain. Carl! Shouting now, my voice sounds foreign to me. Shrill, childlike, pathetic, and increasingly hoarse. Leo? My voice shouldn't be this croaky. I've barely talked today. I'm in the middle of the road now. Where's Carl? I should get out of here before a car comes. I pull myself along the asphalt, feeling my skin scrape beneath my fur. I want to stand, but I'll probably just fall again. And so I keep crawling, rolling into what seems like some sort of detention basin. I stare up at the sky, fighting the sudden fatigue and gritting my teeth through the pain. At first I think it's blood that got into my eyes, but upon rubbing them I realize it isn't the case. The sky is different. Like someone slapped one of the colored gel matte filters over it. What the hell? I rub my eyes again, attempting to focus. I can't stay here. TJ's in deep shit. Those idiots, those assholes. Sucking in a sharper breath through my teeth, I rise to stand, praying my knees don't lock up again. Find Carl. Find Leo. I stumble out of the detention basin, feeling packed soil beneath my feet. A dirt road. Looking behind me, I realize I must have crawled farther than I thought. Parsons looks over a mile away? That can't be right. I see a van ahead. It looks rusted and old, but there's a light on inside. I step stiff-leggedly down the road a ways, reaching a bend where the vehicle sits. The same redness that the sky is tinted with pulsates from the interior. I try to speak, but no words come from my throat. It's like a dream. I want to do the rational thing and announce myself, but I can't. I move closer, peering into the dusty back window. Inside the window is another window, and in that window, a little red dot in the corner, flashing on and off. In the window within a window,
Oh my goodness.
there's a writhing, flashes of fur contorted and undulating in constant, restless motion. Is someone filming themselves fucking? Is that the window within a window is a camcorder screen, and there's a flashing dot?
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, and there was a guy in the last scene holding a camera, and I noticed that specifically.
Something is trying to hold it in place. I hear a clap and a cry. The clapping continues.
Oh.
Louder now. Rhythmic yet singular applause.
I don't think it's applause.
No.
Says the voice that cried. This is what you want.
Says the voice that cried. I stare, slowly finding the will to speak. No. I need to help my friends.
I was talking to us?
I think he thinks that. This is what you want? It's a
Is
completely unrelated dialogue.
Is this what you want?
Do you know where they are? The voice shifts some, more urgent.
Oh. We heard gunfire coming from the town. It's real bad.
Gunfire? I didn't hear anything. Please help me find my friends.
We can't find them all now. We need to go. They're lost.
No, they're not. I'll keep looking. I'll keep looking myself.
You're just going in circles.
I feel tears well within my eyes, a lump in my throat containing a choked sob. Please. The van's back door is open. I'm standing too close and they push me onto my back. The red light is gone now, replaced by darkness, shifting shadows within. I see them now, tarantulas, their 8 legs fuzzed with white and rust-colored stripes.
Aw.
They're on me with haste, 2 of them, one on each of my arms. They bite so hard, so quickly I can't yell. They pull and tug at me, another pair at my legs. I'm pulled up and into the van, my body stretched upon a squishy something that begins to sink against my arms and legs. There's no more light, and I stare paralyzed at what I think is the ceiling of the van in the pitch blackness. It feels like restraints are binding me in place. I try to adjust my eyes to the darkness, but everything is blurry and unclear. My head throbs like a heartbeat, the pangs of pain unrelenting. My fur bristles. Where did the spiders go? Breathing becomes more difficult, as if oxygen in the van was running out. I feel the veins in my neck bulge as I try to gasp for large breaths, but my body is not my own. Lights pop as the ringing in my ears intensifies. Something is above me, I can sense it. There's a garbled muttering coming forth from it, as if spoken through a poorly tuned AM radio. It sounds like me. Have you ever killed anyone? Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. All right.
Well, have you?
My eyes wrench open. I'm being dragged. Realizing I have control over my basic motor functions now, I stomp my foot down, staggering free of the grasp and pushing myself against a doorway. I raise my fists defensively, my eyes adjusting to the light. There we go. Finally showed up. Chase? The red wolf stares gobsmacked at me. Puta madre, Otter.
Oh, he is Latin American. Okay.
I lower my paws, trying to get a sense of where I am. That same musty smell means that I'm probably back in Parsons, in front of what looks like an old first aid center of some kind.
Where were you? You definitely could have saved us. You're the beefiest one we've seen so far.
It did go bad incredibly fast.
Yeah, I mean,
like, Jesus Christ.
Reasoning with a mob of like drunk people is really, I imagine, would be very difficult. But I don't know. I don't think they handled it well. But
apologies to everyone for my Spanish. I specifically saw Spanish pronunciation in high school and was like, yeah, I'm gonna take German.
Yeah, and I took French
to escape
so
exactly this.
You're talking to the two people that are not gonna know how to pronounce anything.
To think that workplace accidents at these sort of places were so common they needed one of these. Meanwhile, Leo's gawking at me, his eyes intense, searching. I look down and notice that his knuckle fur is matted with dried blood. He beat the shit out of that guy.
Saved us.
I swallow, clearing my throat. The hoarseness is gone, but the pain everywhere sure isn't. Hey, Leo. Out of all the questions I have, one pushes its way to the forefront. Is TJ okay? The wolf continues to stare at me as if I were some sort of alien. Yeah, now he is. I see his nostrils flare, disbelief and anger in his eyes. His mom's on the way here to pick him up. Heather's down there fucking doing a mix of apologizing and puking. I just left him for a minute to check back on you. He folds his arms across his chest, leaning against the windowed wall beside me. There's a brief silence, and I feel his gaze swivel down back at me, and as intense as before. How did this happen? Why were you two here? Leo's accent is thick now as he tries to speak faster than he can process the words in his head. Part of the question has me concerned, though. Just you two? Where's Carl? He was with me before... Well, that dick with the trucker hat hit me. I see Leo's jowls rear back in a silent snarl. He looks down the hallway. He starts to shout at someone named Emilia, though I quickly realize he's speaking Spanish. A feminine voice down the hall retorts, also in Spanish. Leo looks back ahead and grunts, closing his eyes for a moment. Then, rather suddenly, they reopen, the big wolf turning to me. Wait, you said Carl was here? I nod, then regret it, because my head feels like a mashed apple.
Oh.
I haven't seen him since lunch. He was. You told him you weren't doing anything today, but Flynn told us otherwise. Leo doesn't actually look surprised at the reveal, though visible guilt hangs heavily upon his usually confident face. He doesn't immediately respond, instead staring at my battered self in silence. My phone vibrates, though when I check my pockets it isn't there. There is a palpable, sheepish moment when my ears flick toward the source, Leo. The wolf blinks, then awkwardly hands me my phone from his own pocket. It's a very different expression. We had to call TJ's mom. You're the one with the phone that can get signal pretty much anywhere, so I tried yours. Apparently your phone's not locked.
I'm sorry. I just got signal. Please be okay, dude.
It's fine now. TJ is getting picked up. I'm here with Leo. I hear the sound of someone fiddling with the stereo and an auxiliary cord on the factory floor. Someone arguing about music choice ensues. It seems that some people are still around for the party after all. So, what all do you remember, out of curiosity? I don't have amnesia, so relax. Whatever your name is. Hey, I felt the back of your head, Puchika. You've got a welt the size of a goose egg. I reach up and run my fingers over my scalp, the bump rather prominent. Alright, well... I regale him with the events of the night up to TJ's bullying. Those townie shits were saying you were pushers trying to harass Heather for some debts.
The person in the little ghost costume is definitely a pusher trying to collect his drug money.
Fucking what? Yeah, I don't know. Otter. Fuck. I kept calling for you. He looks surprised, then scowls at the concrete floor between his feet. I should have been there to protect you all. It seems like someone won the battle for the aux cord in the other room as the music starts up again. Yep, still vampire culty. Well, I got hit so hard the sky turned red for a bit. Leo's eyebrow raises some. I see his eyes move toward my head bump again. I remember stumbling around outside looking for you and Carl. I felt like I was walking for ages. The last thing I remember was a van. I see Leo shift, his shoulders raising up high as they can go, the thing he does when he's tense. He looks at me, expectant. See anything else? My brow furrows as I try to recall exactly what transpired. I remember it felt so much different than it does now in hindsight. I think I might have passed out then. Everything else is too hazy to recall. Recall without sounding insane is more like it. Leo's shoulders lower. He seems to be in thought now. I found you outside on the road. I thought you'd been hit by a car or something. And when I got to TJ, he wouldn't stop crying and smelled like booze.
Oh.
Not that I'm trying to sound like your mom, say, but you had me crazy worrying. He rubs at his raw knuckles. Got into it with that Fox guy after that. It has been a weird night. Why are you even here, man? He's taken visibly off guard by that question. The people here are friggin' nuts. He sighs, then slowly lowers himself to a sitting position against the wall on the floor. He motions for me to do the same next to him, and I do, dusting away any leftover broken glass first, though. A few people from the football team were going. Also, this one person invited me and I wasn't going to tell them no. I'm about to ask who that was, but I'm interrupted fairly quickly. A couple weeks ago, I was looking for, lawnmowers for sale. Okay.
Sounds like a sketchy story already.
On Peyton list.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And I was bored, so I clicked around a bit.
Uh-huh.
There was this personal dating thing ad posted, and the picture put with it looked like you, all censored up. I feel a cold tingle creep up my spine to my fingertips at those words. Hell, I thought it could even be, I could even see me in the background. You see in the picture?
I mean, come on, Chase, you didn't even edit out the people in the background of the picture? That's not cool.
So I looked around a little on your phone while you were out. That same picture, but not edited for anything, was saved in your image folder, yeah? I just checked. I should be feeling angry at this complete invasion of my privacy, but I don't. I just feel paralyzed. I've known Leo since he didn't speak a lick of English, playing video games with me and Jasmine after school. He'd just imitate what we said with a big, dumb smirk on his face, as if he was saying something profound. I remember he got really hooked on the phrase, double jump that sucker. I had been yelling it at Jazz for like 3 hours when we were trying to beat this platforming game I forgot the name of.
Like, double jumping's so, like, prevalent, but I don't know what it could be.
From then on, every time one of us was feeling down or facing some challenge, he'd tell us to double jump that sucker with that same smirk. I look over to Leo now, trying to gauge his feelings, but his expression's indiscernible. Chase, you're like 15. You're already turning to complete strangers on the internet for sex shit? You know you can talk to me. I wouldn't have even gone to this thing. He gestures to the surroundings. 2 girls I haven't seen before walk by us in the hall without even passing glance. I look down, staring at my paws. I went from having the chills to feeling like my face is on fire. I tried messaging you earlier, remember? Oh,
so if we hadn't chosen that, we probably wouldn't have gotten this dialogue.
Yeah. You said you were busy and never responded back. Leo's brow furrows and he roughly presses his fist against his forehead. Ah, fuck me, really? That's what you were on about earlier? Oop. I thin my lips, looking at him tentatively. Yeah, really. Shit. What were you busy with? The wolf gives me a sidelong look, a tentative expression tugging at his jowls. Don't change the subject, Otter.
Well, we asked you what you were doing here, and you really never answered us. And then you changed the subject to talk about that other thing, about our like Craigslist ad, which, by the way, you found on your own while looking for lawnmowers.
That's also it's also a really deep V-neck for a straight guy.
It's real, yeah, dude. It's so deep. There's some massive, like, major man cleavage going on there.
I'm not changing the topic. Hearing my own voice, I sound a hell of a lot more pathetic than adequately defensive. I try waiting for the girls nearby to be completely out of earshot, though they stop in the hall and start showing each other something on their phones. Leo follows my gaze, letting out a quiet huff.
He seems to really not care about us being gay, though, which is cool.
Yeah.
It's more so he's just mad at us for trying to meet strangers on the internet, which is way more concerning.
Yep. Come with me. He rises up to his feet, pulling me up by my wrist. Not having much choice as I'm tugged like a rag doll, I comply. Winding our way through the remnants of the partygoers, I fail to recognize anyone. One or two say hi to Leo as we pass, though most outright ignore me. I'm incredibly self-aware of how plain I look in contrast with the ripped plaid donning pierced face and spiked hair crowd.
Sounds like my people.
My people.
Except for they punched that cute little ghost kid in the face.
Yeah.
My people would never do that.
Disowned. The t-shirt and cargo shorts look must not really be in at the moment. We stop finally in front of one of the back exits. There doesn't seem to be food, booze, or drugs in this part of the factory, so we're done. So we're alone. Once again, Leo turns his expectant gaze upon me, his brow knit. However, by now, my nerves have evened out slightly and I decide to counter the earlier question. Why do you care so much what I'm doing? That I am how I am? You didn't tell me about all this. So you're queer now, eh? I get it, just fuck. You can do so much better than old sags on Peyton list.
Oh.
What the hell? That was my business, man, not yours. I just need somebody to talk to, okay? So have you? Have I what? Met up with anyone? Screwed anyone? My eyes bulge in such a sharp reaction that even Leo holds up the flat of his paws defensively. Shit, alright. You really are new at this, huh? You could say that, yeah. My parents didn't know until this morning. Or I guess, last morning now. That's real rough, Otter. I cross my arms over my chest, letting my chin loll down as I stare at the dusty concrete floor. I'm gonna try to see if TJ is still out front and get a ride home with him. I'll leave you to be with your friends. I turn, beginning to move when I hear a growl from behind me. Ah, Pochika! He grabs my shoulder, spinning me around to face him again. Why do you have to be like this, eh? I didn't choose to be like this. You're adorable, Daphnis. Do you know how excited I got when I saw that email? That my suspicions were true? It was like a fucking fantasy, you know?
Ooh.
Then I started wondering why he didn't tell me. And then I got all mad, and now I've ruined this. It takes me a moment to process being called adorable, a fantasy, and the reveal from Leo himself. I blink up at him.
He's like, yeah, look at the V. I've been trying to tell you this entire time.
He blinks back at me. The wolf bites his tongue for a moment, trying to think before speaking. I wish I could go back in time and redo this. I'll kick the huevos in of that scud who hurt you. I'll protect you from here on out, and I won't hide things from you. You are the fucking gold nugget in the shit mine, yeah? I wouldn't be any different from these sloshed up bastards if it hadn't been for you guys. I think back to when we were little, yeah? I don't remember any of what you were all saying, but I remember being happy because of you and Jazz. And, you know, as you grew up and shit, I started seeing you different, like. You made me happy when I was around you before. But now it's like, I don't know, Otto, you can't describe it well. Just a whole new type of happy. Like, you know I fucking love you, but I love you, you know? So final point, don't fuck strangers on the internet.
Fuck me instead.
My face starts to tingle, my heart thudding so loud in my chest I'm sure Leo can hear it. I inhale shakily. This can't be happening. I must still be dreaming. I'm cut off as I spy an awkward young shadow leaving the doorway, something bulky in its paws. Leo notes my shift of attention, turning about face to the figure. I see his muscles tense beneath his shirt. Chase, don't leave, I'll be back in a second. Yeah, sure. Anything. Well, that went...
Well, just come right out and say it then.
Just 0 to 100. Well...
I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who would not be upset if on the day that their parents inadvertently found out they were gay and they were having a really shitty day, some really hot wolf in a v-neck is like, actually, I've loved you this whole time.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's a very effective and efficient coming out.
Yeah.
Also, if anyone's wondering, I also don't know what Leo's voice is.
What Leo's voice is?
Like whatever the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I think Keith.
You
are doing a good job for being as totally immensely white as you are.
Well,
You're doing your best.
I simultaneously both don't know how to do an accent and also don't know if it's even like even okay to do an accent or if it's questionable to do that to begin with. So instead, I went for that vague East European, the one accent I almost kind of do that
Eastern European.
So every time I voice a cat, like my Rothgar or some of the other like cat characters and things, there's like a specific voice that I technically started doing from Disco Elysium that started as like Kim's voice, basically. I basically just make my tongue big and it like makes the words come out differently.
Is it like in Skyrim, the cat people?
Yeah. It's like at this point it's like the 7th mutation of what started as a Khajiit voice, basically. But I also had to say Spanish in it, and I don't know. I just kind of landed on something. I don't know what it is, and so I'm just committed to whatever voice I started doing.
I mean, I think it's
that is
fine.
Indecipherable.
They say specifically he has a thick accent, so it does make it hard to kind of like figure out how to do that right. But I mean, I think you're doing a good job. I
just where I landed, and so I'm like, I guess this is what he sounds like now. I didn't have a plan.
when I saw that in his first line of dialogue there's Spanish, I was like, nope. Keith's a professional. He could try that one.
Fucking have fun, buddy. This is a you problem now.
Yeah. I'm a guest here, so.